Tesla moving its headquarters to Austin, Texas will cause rent to soar. Let me explain why I think that. First off, it's the worst kept secret. We already felt like with the Tesla Gigafactory moving here a while back, it was inevitable, okay? We've seen it with Samsung and their $17 billion factory. We've seen it with Apple. We've seen it with Amazon. We've seen it with Oracle. All these people are relocating here. It makes a lot of sense. So Tesla was obviously next in line. And you know that CEO Elon Musk really didn't like what was going on in California. And he stated it in multiple tweets. In fact, I grabbed this one from TechCrunch this morning, which was as a result of the earnings call where he announced that he was moving to Austin. And in case you didn't know, I'm Ian of Austin, and today I'm your relieved realtor. And the reason why is because I know that I've helped a lot of people purchase homes in the area that will now be relieved that they don't have to worry about paying, rental prices if they're planning on relocating here. Just like Tesla stock prices shooting up over $1,000 today, people that have been purchasing homes are now excited and elated about their equity increase. People that have yet to move, I think the rent is going to be quite the concern moving forward. Tesla has already announced that it is bringing so many jobs. In fact, I just saw another tweet this morning from CEO Elon Musk, and it states, "We would love you to join this division and this division because they need workers." And he did another tweet a few months back where he was asking for, I think it was like 10,000 people, where he wanted them to just apply to work. He said,
You don't need any kind of degree or anything like that.
well, if that's the case, and you're relocating from, let's say, San Antonio, Texas, or Dallas, or somewhere else, Iowa for crying out loud, and you want to move here, you don't need to have any kind of advanced level of education, and you can get a well-paying job, a new lifestyle. But where are you going to live? Like, seriously, think about it. If you're like 19 years old and you don't want to go in the army and you don't want to go to college, what are you going to do? You're going to work, right? So now we're going to have a continued massive influx. And I understand that this being the headquarters doesn't mean that'll align with the jobs that I just described, but it's more that the official announcement is a realization that this is an increasingly big deal. You know what I want to know? How many of you know someone who has moved to Austin in the last 2 years? Let me know in the comments below. Don't tell me their names. I just want to know if you know someone. And if it's someone that I should know, then yeah, you can go ahead and tell me their names. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the MLS so that you can see what the current demand is and the rent prices are today. And I want to choose rent prices, one, to align with the jobs that I referred to, but also because there's still a lot of people that haven't relocated here. And I'm increasingly getting the conversation that people say, I want to move to Austin, but I want to rent first for 6 months or something, maybe a year, before I make a decision on where to buy. And I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I'm saying that that's just a common conversation. And so I want to show those people what's going on. And myself and Jeremy and I, when you watch our Real Migos podcast, it's mentioned a bunch of times. I do not pressure people into buying houses. My job is to educate people on what's going on. I don't like when I walk up to a salesperson and they're pressuring me to do this and that and this. So I don't want to do that to you either. But I do feel you should pay attention to this. And so I often recommend, if people have the means, even if it's a small struggle for a year or so, buying a house when you're moving to Austin has rarely been a regret. Let's take a look at the MLS. Okay, so I'm on the MLS and we're going to have to go over some serious information here. Let me move this over. Let me start by talking about I pulled up a list of what's renting around Gigafactory, Texas, okay? And I wanted to find 10 miles out, right? Because people are going to want to live near where they work, right? And that's a manufacturing plant, so people are going to want to drive in. And I mentioned a bunch of times that this is on I-130, Highway 130, which is fine because the speed limit is 85 miles an hour minimum, so people are flying. That's not a problem. It is a toll, so you have to pay for that. But let's look at these numbers. So single family, I'm choosing single family over apartments or anything like that because the majority of people that are in a relationship and or have children or pets want a yard and a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on average, right? Like, I'm not trying to get outliers here. There are some tiny home communities. There are other things where people can live, but we're not worried about that right now. Okay, so single family, watch this. I'm not delimiting it by price or anything like that. 10 minutes outside of Austin. Before I even touch anything, of course, there's more. So I'm going to hit closed, and I'm going to choose in the last 60 days, just in the last 2 months, you have, look at this number, 471 people that have moved. So rented a place and moved in, and this is just rentals. This is not people purchasing houses that they plan to rent out later or anything like that. Okay, so now let's get rid of closed and move active in there. So now I added active in. When I go into there, I see 239 matches. This is currently for rent. What do you think they're renting for? Let's look at it. So first I'm going to hit map so that you can see where it's at, right? So this is all 10 miles. So before I go into looking at the numbers, 10 miles in Austin is a huge difference from somewhere from the Fremont factory in California, Texas, right? I'm sorry. Oh my God, I said California. From the Fremont factory in California, because it can take you a lot of time to get to work or to your rental when you're in California. In Texas, 10 miles. I mean, you can get to the edge of Westlake. What else? You have South Austin, East Austin, all the way up to Manor and border of Pflugerville. So this is border of Pflugerville. So you can get really far out pretty easily, and it's 10 miles. You can get there pretty quickly. That's the point of this, right? So if you could drive over here and get there in, let's say, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, that's a huge advantage over California. So people will be renting all over this place. Now let's jump to results. So let's look at these numbers here. So list price, these are active rental. We've got list price over here. This is what people are renting for. So 7,000, 2,200, 14,000, and I'll explain that in a little bit. And then here's the bedrooms. So you'll notice you have, like this is a 3-bedroom. So this line right here is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's built in 1,500 square feet. That's what matters. Listed for 4,500. It's been on the market 2 days. Units. So anytime you see a unit number, so like this Brentwood is a very popular area. 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit means it's a condo or a townhome renting for 2,300 a month. It is 923 square feet. Oh, that's incredible. All right, let's sort by list price and see what some of the lowest prices are. So area, this is right by UT. 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 300 square feet for $1,150. That is something I did not know that I would see when I first moved here 7-8 years ago, however long ago. Wow. Okay. Actually, let's open up wagon covered. So this is 1,100 square feet, built in 1974. So let's open it up and take a look at what we're actually getting for what we're paying for rent. So 1,600 square feet, and it is 1974. What else is going to be relevant? So $50. Okay, so let's take a look at it real quick. Looks like a single car or tandem garage. It's pretty clean on the inside. They redid the countertops, probably. Okay, the cabinets, they painted over the cabinets. Okay. Now, okay, is that tandem? I can't tell if that's tandem, but if you're coming from California, this is absolutely a deal. If you're coming from New York or Chicago, this is actually a pretty good deal, right? You look at the price per square foot, you look at the size of the yard, the distance to work. They painted the front, they left the back alone. Okay, so where is this? So wagon covered pass. Let's look at this on the map. Near the Comal. How far is that south? I think that's south. There you go. Is that it? I don't know. Let's just say that's it. Yeah, so these are in that price range. What do you think of those numbers? Do you think it's reasonable? Do you think they're frightening? This is one of those videos you should share with your friends.